nhớ rằng để chỉ cái tin năng cha sẽ đỡ cú luôn bề huang gạo lì ya nô nọ cú yo cho bê sẽ đỡ mù do cho board member đỡ lu Minnesota China Friendship Garden Society shi thả rong share hay tiền nô nọ bê tàu tuần thôi nè shi thả đó nó nô nọ bê mua ở bê ya bê sa tuần thôi nè thả ý ya bê ya sa kia có sẽ đỡ bao hay tiền bê tê hậu lử nhớ face on the lu Garden Society nó một số họ tư là họ thì ya bê ya sa kia rồi cái này sẽ được bao hay tiền bê tê cái thiên nhiên chia là uốn lu va ba的cho họ tư là thiên bê chừng ya sa tàu cái ban的sẽ được lý giải thiên chỉ họ thì bê nó chỉ ya kia có sẽ được bao hay tiền chuyện đấy tận đây là bê ya mua ilu festival nhớ thì phát lên lake bê hùa Mid Autumn Festival bê ya sa chờ có sẽ được tôi một cùng bê thiên lúc sẽ hỏi nó chỉ cứ ya tìm một trâu biểu còn nữa là một bia mình chỉ cho nên sẽ bê lu garden China Garden nó bê cho đi trả lợi thiên họ face on the lu garden nó ya bê ya đó chỉ.
So my name is William Zaitchik, and I'm the president of the Minnesota China Friendship Garden Society. The Garden Society and its many supporters, in partnership with St. Paul Parks and Recreation, have embarked on the construction of Phase 2 of the St. Paul Changsha China Friendship Garden in Phelan Regional Park. It's also known by its Chinese name Liu Ying Yuan. Phase 2 will add 7 new features to the garden, starting with the Hmong Plaza. This is an incredibly exciting and challenging time for the Garden Society as we have more than doubled the usable size of the garden within its boundaries. We can use all the help we can get. If you're interested in participating in making this garden happen, we have a variety of opportunities available. We are presently in the process of taking nominations for the Minnesota China Friendship Garden Society Board, as well as volunteers to participate in the Society's various standing committees. And the committees are construction and upkeep, fundraising, outreach, administrative, and event planning. And event planning includes things such as dance, poetry, photo contests, etc. Board elections are at the annual board meeting on August 24th. This year, we restructured the organization by merging the Chinese and Hmong advisory groups into the board, increasing the number of board positions by 3 to 15, opening the board committees to past advisors and other interested volunteers. Finally, we always have the garden to tend, planting, watering, weeding, and general maintenance. Please apply for board and committee positions or simply volunteer by going to the Garden Society's website, mnchinagarden.org. The applications are due by August 10th.
Gulumbe Hua William Zaitchik, Guyatu President the Lu Minnesota China Friendship Garden Society, that she now painted to be sang ho hu tia St. Paul Park and Recreation. That to be Luva Pong Yu face on the Phelan Lake. Luva Pong Yu no Lu Shuo Hu Liu Ming Yuan. Lu Hmong Plaza ya I con the Xia Ko Chin Cheng Jiang Yo Ju to Ho Luva no. That she no Beta Don Tien and on board of directors, committee member tia volunteers. Xiong no be long be yo jai wa ho lu menji su le be ju mo lu Chinese tia Hmong advisory committee lo. There she bên gì position cho họ bên on board thầu u bên mua li có lên board there she chỉ nó mua bên giống mua khẩu chi lên xong nó bên mua trong tung board ta là ta thơm là giờ li bên mua đầu position shen application deadline cho giờ sa là một ba bên board of director giờ gì liên tu vấn thi cầu ở trên là go bên nó họ gì liên tu vấn thi là go bao giờ bên lu board election day. The job committee solely fundraising, outreach, construction, administrative, thia event planning, la pe muan tao position shang thia, chita lin da pe chang sa tao volunteer to pa tu lu va, chọn dong cho pa, you day, tên đó thia, và hai tiếng này sẽ đợi yo to công tên cho pe kia hậu lử ok, có lu va nó tia lo một trò khó chỉ nhỏ. bây giờ application cho board of director committee theo volunteers nhớ được biết họ website nè nó https mnchinagarden.org image nó mà đi mua cho chia cho họ nè nó họ donation được có bỏ trắng mình gì thế thâu nó mua chế giờ bây giờ xã nè nó có romi nè là một biển mình gì sẽ nè nó cho họ lựa nè nhá họ buồn nè giờ đã chỉ thế nè giờ nó biển mình chỉ cho hai tiền lú nè nó lú va pa tí nó giờ bây giờ mà đi trả thế bây chúa đã chỉ bây giờ xã có nè tôi một công thế romi.
Neng Xiong, I am very honored to be here today. My name is Romy Sloviak, and I live on the other side of the lake from the China Garden. And I was actually there to welcome the garden into the regional plan, and then shortly after that joined the board of the Garden Society. I am a retired urban planner, and I believe that art, it makes us human. I also believe that public art brings people together. So this garden is a terrific example of mingling of Hmong and Chinese art and culture, and I am very thrilled to be a part of it. It is in a park that draws 1 million people a year. So this garden was designed in 2018, and the very first element that went into it was the Hmong Heritage Wall. After that, we received a pavilion from our sister city of Changsha, and then we put a wonderful granite gate on the west entrance. So since then, the Garden Society has sponsored many activities. We have our second festival coming up this year. We have had public art displays. We premiered an original Chinese dance production, and we have had poetry and photo contests. So what has happened is that people are coming to this place like a magnet, and people are using it for their own celebrations and weddings and picnics and Tai Chi and Korean drumming rehearsals. So there's a lot of wonderful things happening, and this is exactly what we want. We want to draw people to our neighborhood to understand the multicultural diversity of it. Right now, we're working with Historic St. Paul. They are doing a map, an interactive map of places in the Twin Cities, and our garden will be on that. So we will receive even more tourism and more investment in our community. So, as Bill has said, we have an exciting phase coming up. The wonderful Hmong Plaza will be designed, and this is going to be a unique part of the garden. And we expect at least 250 people can gather in this space. So it will become a great venue for weddings and celebrations and performances. So we hope that will be complete sometime in the middle of next year. But in the meantime, we're all looking forward to the 23rd of September. That's when we're going to have our Mid-Autumn Festival on Picnic Island. We're also celebrating our 35th anniversary as a sister city, and that's the reason we have this garden, because we are a sister city with Changsha, China. So we want to heartily invite all of you and your families to come to that event on the 23rd. And I would specifically like to invite you to enter our poetry contest. We have a 4-language poetry contest, Hmong, English, Chinese, and Dakota. And it's all ages. And the deadline for application is September 15th. And there will be prizes, $50 first prize, $30 second, $20 for third. So I'm encouraging everybody to enter. You can find that on our website and on our Facebook page. And so I look forward to seeing you on the 23rd. Hua chào.
Để hai tia nhỏ rong, cú luôn bề hùa Romy Sloviak, cú rong xe tàu tua ra nè thả hậu Mountain Cities news nó, cú nhóm bua kiên tàu phía lần lake tàu lú va phong yêu nó, cú sau xe tiền mua lú va nó, cú thiệt là volunteer ba kia hậu lử cho nên nó, thầu u cú giờ ít tu urban planner tiệt sĩ cú retire rồi. Vì lý nó cũng chẳng tiệt số thêm hông cho artwork giờ ý giả và giờ pa tàu bê sơ đầu là ok tàu bê lưu va nó cú nhỏ rong chờ vì chua xiong mà mua cho lý ý mỹ liền cho nên tôi muốn gì lưu phía lần lake park nó chỉ thầu bé chỉ lu va nó ló bé cụ tàu lu J Chinese Pavilion lu trong va thia đại là J Hmong Heritage cho hậu Fallon Park lỡ đầu đó bé cụ lu Mid Autumn Festival cho bé sang sa đầu tua cổng đầu thia bé sang dễ cho là cụ tua sĩ lu va nó yang đua or art show or wedding family picnic or tai chi là bỏ là tua đầu đùa tên nó tỷ lu va và tỷ thia yali nó ta chỉ nó historic Saint Paul nhiều khó ta tòn cho bé thả yếu mua bé cho yếu mua bé lu va nó cho họ Saint Paul đại map có te tourist tên nó thia tàu bé thia tua hiểu tàu lu va nó thia bé ta tỏ khác or face all or yo lu Hmong Plaza tỷ lu va China Garden nó yo ilu sha thia po si mang có giàu li ở po chi giàu tu neng bé sang sẽ đầu sa shi or celebration or wedding nè nó or thia public event đã chỉ là tàu tí shi vì yo Saint Paul xong nó bé tum ba yo cho cả or lu Mid Autumn Festival trâu nu cho liên tuวันที่1 gỗ bê ở trên 1 gỗ bê nó tận thế nó thia bê trong xia hay vì xong nó bê yo celebrate bê có sister of Saint Paul thia city China Changsha cho kiến đầu phong dư là bố bê cho chỉ xong là bộ Lumalika là hay tia 35th anniversary of the Saint Paul and Changsha sister cities relationship vì giờ cho cái phong dư đầu ở luôn trong nó giờ lu học bảo thia mua lu China Garden đầu Fallon Lake nó cú giờ tu chair đầu lu outreach committee thia poetic committee giờ linh đầu cú thong qua hu này sẽ đầu tua công bé có poetry contest và giờ cái song đầu biết cho yêu cái啥bảo hộ老师对lu抄写对nó bé có theme trong nó giờ friendship giờ phong dư bé chạy到sau qua lu Lakota giờ lu này nó khá Hmong số là bỏ lu ăn kia là tàu hữu tí sĩ bé có đây lu chua liền du vấn thi cầu chi ở trên là cầu bé bé gió kia tiền lên từ giờ tụi giang trâu nu chua liền du vấn thi là cầu bé tỷ lu Mid Autumn Festival đó bây giờ mua men gì complete xử lý thì giờ tàu chỉ $1 thì giờ $1 thì bé giờ $5 giờ sao bao gì thọ một số bé có website thì Facebook tàu đâu nó chỉ giờ cú giờ sao thọ và cho change jo là một thả men gì chọn đó nên là bé có kiến thiên nhiên thia tiệp bé họ nè non thia tàu nhiên lý giả thia bé chừng yo sa thia kế ba lý giảng gì thia Chen.
Okay, thank you Hmong Twin City News for having us, and thank you Gaoli for translating. That's a lot to translate, so thank you so much. So like Gaoli said, my name is Chen Jiu. I'm the Vice President for the China Garden Society. I wanted to start by mention what Romy mentioned for the Mid-Autumn Festival. Last year, we had a great turnout. A lot of people from the community came out. So this year, we're looking for more exciting events. We're looking forward to see more Hmong performance, Hmong food, Hmong exhibitors. So if you or your organization would be interested, please contact us. I hope below me there's little notes showing our contact information. We would love to have more. And I'm very thrilled to announce that the Phase 2 campaign for our project was the estimate the budget for $4.3 million. We already raised $1.5 million, out of which $1.3 million came from the state legislative funds. Special shout outs thanks to Susan Pa and Feng He for leading us to get that funds. And we also are getting funds from the St. Paul City grants. So Ward 1, 2, and 6 and 7 together, they were able to give us about $50,000. And 3, we were able to get private funds about $55,000. Then the rest, the 100,000 or so, we were getting from the private donors. So we're really happy and thankful that we were getting so much. However, to complete this phase 2, we still need your support. Together, we can make this vision a reality. You can help by start calling your city or state legislative and let them know that you are backing this project. This could go a long way to ensure its success. So thank you, and really appreciate if you can get in touch. Now, I want to talk about what is included in the phase 2. Phase 2 have 7 features. We'll start by talking about the Moon Plaza. That's first feature. And I'm hoping as I'm speaking, they'll show some pictures of what it could look like. So Moon Plaza is first feature, Moon Gate, Moon Bridge, Xiangjiang Mountain Stream, the donor wall, and the chess table and path, and the moon viewing platform at the Phelan Park. So let's unite and create a true wonderful space that we can all cherish and enjoy together. Now, this second campaign, capital campaign, will be called Building Bridges. We do have a bridge to build. So both physically and metaphorically, we're building bridges. This campaign has already started, and if you want to get your name on the donor wall, please donate 2,000 or above. So we're looking forward to work with the community, work with everyone, and ensure this is a success. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Chen. Nữ lúc về hoa Chen Jo, nữ ya tu Vice President of Lu Garden Society, nữ cho Lu hai lina. Bên hoa hu nữ sẽ đầu tu công bên Lu Mid Autumn Festival, thia bên châu Neng Xiong Anniversary Celebration, the Lu Dong Saint Paul thia Changsha, và yếu chủ sĩ cho nu, cho liên tu vấn thi năng够bên tận đây nó. Bên trong xã tàu sẽ đầu tu mua món nó. Mua khổng thia và dân giả cổng kế lò rễ nôn đó thia giờ sắp bọn gì thọ tí tỏ bê tàu trở lý cho information or image bê yếu mua cho đồn đặc nó gì nó giờ sắp kia sẽ đợi cho tên nhé yếu sĩ là face all trò lưu và phong dư nó tung ri và bê cứ dần chia yếu face all nó yếu trò lên đợi plau lan bê ta chỉ nó bé từ tàu Ilan chỉ lợ xử lý bé tàu đó nên nó Minnesota Legislative tàu ya Ilan bé tàu đó Saint Paul City Year Round Grant ya chỉ cho chia lon đó Ward o trâu thia xa đó lọ thì họ thì bé tàu chỉ cho chia lon đó Private Grants thia bé sang sẽ đó thì họ thì bao nữa bé tàu bộ chia đó ya Private Donation. Giờ bé tàu kế ba bộ đi nó là bé chẳng yếu và nhiệt gì cái tin này ra sẽ đầu ba bên gì xử lưu và phong dư nó thì là yếu tiệt mù li lưu họ phía cũng chẳng hay tiệt giờ bé chỉ công tế bé cho kiến chơi những yếu chủ sĩ li tàu ba tiệt giờ linh đó face all nó mua đã chỉ thiệt face all nó mua xa ya và bé yếu uo trâu xử lý lu Hmong xã thia là bỏ bé hồ Hmong Plaza lu trồng vả từ cho là đê từ đền từ in ta trồng đó panja sau cho bé neng ba nhia chia của lu vả lu trồng của chess thia cho cái tàu gì lu vả bé vả tia sẽ đợi yếu công tiền cho bé chỉ có tàu ít khỏi chơi rong gạo cho bé sẽ đợi tàu sĩ mù giá tòn đấy thâu nó nếu cô sáng kia có bao hay tiệt face all trong đó lu face all nó mà bé lu capital campaign bé hùa building bridges bé từ bé có campaign nó mình chỉ thâu ở trên năng gạo lo lợ thâu từ bé hùa cho design cho lu và nó tiệt lợ bé hùa và sẽ được cái công ty ba hậu lử tổ chức gì volunteer thiên nhiên chia hữu tí sĩ hay cho đỡ nhiệt chia là sĩ donation giờ lần thứ ba cho li ở chia cho số bây giờ số nữa luôn về cho tỷ đại panja donor wall tỷ Phelan Lake thia giờ này mua xe ba nên sa donation tua trâu lúc cùng hậu này nó Minnesota China Friendship Garden Society để họ chơi nhau trợ lý và image bây giờ cho trong đó nó giờ này mua lên luôn nu là bỏ sản cho bé thả thọ tí to bé tàu từ bé họ website thia watch out.
And I just have to tell you that my favorite act at the last Mid-Autumn Festival was the Sunshine Girls. That was utterly amazing. I had never seen anything like that before in my life. And what I really appreciated about it was at the end of their act, they actually got down in the audience and tried to show a few people how to do it. And that was pretty funny, really. So I hope you can all make it to our Mid-Autumn Festival this September 23rd.
Biểu nơi hay tia và nơi sáng kia hay tia chơi nó thầu bé mua lúc Mid Autumn Festival thì phải lần lễ tới thì khó và nơi nhẹ chắp lời nó mà giờ cho và ý cho chạy là tôi dân giả là hoa sunshine nè mà nơi trong xe thế nơi này nó ý trong xe này nó nhẹ cơn gầu khó nơi nhẹ chắp lời khó hay tia thầu là và là cho dân giả ta sầu xả thiên mà là chẳng kỳ là mù cho là mù pha cho nên người sai hiểu họ nó cho là này nó và dân giả thiên mà còn tới vậy họ trong cơn gầu đi. Cú nhớ hậu lu fundraising committee hậu lu Minnesota China Friendship Garden Society nó thia giờ lên đó gì nó cú sắc kia có sẽ đầu bao trắng mình gì hay tia cho nhẹ chia ba face all đầu lu và phong yêu nó lọ họ tư lọ chỉ ta lên đó cú sắc xí lu sẽ hở nó và lỡ sẽ đầu châu tí xí thia bé khó face all capital campaign từ bi tàu thầu ở chia năng够lo lỡแต่是nó bé tàu dài lên到 1.3 million lỡ bé chẳng chúa lên到 3 million gì thiệt yếu và lưu va nó tia cho ba nhà tua lỡ muôn bé trở lên đã nó private donation cho nó bé chỉ hai béแต่是bé tàu dài tan thọ giờ năng够ở chia gì bùa cầu ở khó thi giờ bridge builder cho nó chỉ giờ cho nên ở ba ở chia trò giá sầuตัวmột ba trò lu face on đó nó luôn bề mua li nó Richard He Alicia Van Bill Sychek theo Romy Slovak Lotus Charitable Fund có thi bé giờ cho grants bé tàu dài chỉ cho chi chia chấm bé giờ 3M to là mù giờ Saint Paul Year Round Star Grants lon tờ cho council member trở lên đó nó Ward E giờ council member Russell Ballinger Ward O giờ council member Rebecca Noker Ward Tao giờ council member Nelsie Yang Ward Sha giờ council member Jane Price có thi plau bé tàu nhẹ lon tờ Minnesota Legislative giờ Ilan bé bùa chi châu chia thầu ở chia năng够bé tàu lon tờ này nó Legislative Session Legacy giờ plau bùa chia Xiong ở chia mà năng够bé tàu State Bonding giờ chi bùa chia ở chia năng够bé Legislative Session Legacy giờ bé tàu plau bùa chi châu chia bé sa sĩ này nó lúc sĩ hở nó ở châu này nó Representative Tim Mahoney thia Senator Susan Pa thia nhỏ tàu Brooklyn Park thia Senator Phong He nhỏ Saint Paul Eastside đầu khó là sĩ cho ba bé hay cho nó chữ tỷ State Capitol bé thia tàu cho nhẹ nó cho lòng ba bé lu và phong dư nó họ thi chi nó giờ private donation này nó lỡ mua cho nhẹ nó tua mù mà lấy dân cho hay tiệt có cho tua mù và cho Chinese feature cho lu face on the lu garden tờ nó giờ lỡ mua ít bữa chỉ cho xe tua vậy tan họ tí xì cho nhẹ bé tàu dài cho là cho face on the lu và nó giờ này nó giờ lên tờ 1.3 million tờ để này nó cũng cho giờ khi đi nó có số đầu bao số chỉ ta lên đó nó là thao khi số đầu bao hay tiệt bé chẳng tông cả đi bé chia bé million non gì e pe the yo wa kha face all no tia e ya len tu ne na I mo lu sia sa pa pe na na lo tho ti to tao to pe thia wa chao.
Hi, my name is Brett Husong. I'm a lead landscape architect with the City of St. Paul's Parks and Recreation Department. I'm here at the Hmong Plaza, which is on the site of the St. Paul Changsha China Friendship Garden. I'm here today to tell you about the process of the project, where we are at in the construction phase, and then the next steps. So we started the process of the long-range plan for the St. Paul Changsha China Garden in 2017, where we created a plan for Chinese and Hmong features. And as part of this process, the city led Design Advisory Committee and a subcommittee that was made up of a representative from the Hmong 18 leaders. And we also had Ward 6, Ward 1, and districts. Also involved were residents and the Minnesota China Friendship Garden Society and Hmong advisors and design professionals and artists. So we got together and we designed the Hmong Plaza, and we put that out in the community for review and comment. And so now we are on site and looking at stage 1 of the plaza itself. So behind me we are looking at a wall, which is both a heritage wall that can hold retaining soil back, but then also have a future Hmong migration story. And in this first stage, we also have the plaza itself, and we have retaining walls that will allow for circulation for a larger multi-use facility. So the principles that we heard from the Design Advisory Committee is to have a site that is flexible so it can hold smaller events and larger events. We also wanted it to be on site here on the China Garden site, and it should also be reflective of the Minnesota Hmong of all ages. And so this is stage 1 that will be completed here in summer of 2023. We also have funding for stage 2, which will be finalizing the on-site features such as plantings, and it'll also include design and fabrication of the Hmong art sculptures, including the wind instruments, the keng, and the women's necklace and pendant. This second stage will take place later this summer, and it will be finalized in summer of 2024. So we will have more community engagement. If you want to join the Design Advisory Committee, please contact the city and you can become involved with the project.
Kulumbe hua Brett Husong, Tia Guya tu architect will Haulu to City of St. Paul. The no Gunyon the Lu China Garden di Fallon Lake. Guyok here got shadow bout dia Beluva was a hot to low. Tia ya Beijing ba yo onesie Modaji. Luva no Betupi Tau Otia go Xia lo. Tau Be yo or Lusha Tia Hmong Plaza to Luva Pong you know. St. Paul City Tau Cha Ilu Design Committee lo ba Be Tau Ji or Lusha Tia no. Be Tau Zai Ge Gong De the Be Sang Jong Leng Jong Tu Su Li, Yo Tau Yo Sing. Be Sang Yo Ho Ward Tau Tia Ward E. Minnesota China Garden Board Member Tia Hmong Advisor. Yo Professional Tia Artist Jong Leng Gu Tuo Gong Be Ti Shi. Ta shi no khone pon ta ku ka no yon du in the Lu Hmong Plaza. Nu mo sha pan ja si mang thai a go chi cho po lom bo lu sha thia. Lu sha thia no yo wo go shi don dao ya. Pen ba yo wo go lu sha thia no tia lu summer no. Du o no pen ba yo jo pan dong thia jo nyon ji lu sha thia. Thia yo wo lu sao mong do to o ta keng có tiết trâu lũ summer ở trên năng gộp lâu tận đây nó chỉ ta li bé chừng yuan ra bé sang sơ đầu thản gì thế giờ lên từ mua xe xả ba bé tự chỉ gì trong tu ở nó thọ nên sơ đầu khi tua trâu CD bao.
We are on site at the St. Paul's Hmong Plaza. I'm going to provide a little background on the location and process and provide some images of what the plaza will look like. Right here we are located on the northwest end of Phelan Regional Park. This is city-owned and this is a city-led project. And so this was a plan that was developed in 2017, and it shows the St. Paul Changsha China Garden, and this shows the Hmong Plaza site that we are at today. This is part of phase 2. So phase 1 included the Western Gateway and the pavilion. So in phase 2, it is everything identified with the white circles. And so the first phase is completing the Hmong Plaza, which will be completed in 2 stages. Stage 1, I mentioned that is this summer. Stage 2 will be completed in 2024. The other phases of the other components of phase 2 are the donor wall, the chess table, the mountain stream, the moon gate, the moon viewing platform, and the moon bridge. There's currently no funding for these items, but they will be the next phases of the St. Paul Changsha China Garden. These are images showing the donor wall, the moon bridge, moon gate, and the mountain stream landscape. Below this shows a few more details of what the Hmong Plaza will look like when stage 2 is completed in 2024. This shows a multi-use plaza down below, so it can hold smaller events, but it also has a grass overflow for larger events such as weddings. You'll notice that there are some cultural features. There's the pentao in the middle of the plaza with the embroidery pattern around the outside of the plaza itself. During the design process with the design advisory committee made up of Hmong advisors, Hmong artists, and design professionals, we did consider other features, but we did not have them included. It doesn't mean that they can't be included in future phases, but we considered the Hmong pounder, the grinder, women's headdress, the house, phoenix, and butterfly. So the iconic features that were selected were the keng, the wind instrument, and the women's necklace and pendant. And so these are situated framing the plaza, and you can see the plaza wall that is constructed behind me. And this is reminiscent of distant mountains, and it also has a functional purpose of retaining soil. Also with the pentao, the elephant's foot, the retaining wall, which is holding soil back, also reflects the curves of the elephant's foot itself, and it has several tiers, which is reminiscent of rice paddies that you would see in Laos or Vietnam. The materials are shown here at the bottom. It is mainly concrete, some granite paneling in the future for the Hmong migration story, which is not included in stage 2. That is a separate project and separate funding for the migration story. The keng and the women's necklace and pendant will most likely be built out of stainless steel. The other graphics here is showing phasing and showing images and renderings of what the plaza will look like. So we can see it in the background that the wall is being constructed. It is not finished at this point. So stage 1 will be building the plaza and building the wall itself. The second stage of the project, which is in 2024, will be completion and fabrication of the art features that I mentioned previously, which is the keng and the necklace and pendant. The pentao will also be included in a future phase later this fall in 2023. So this is a view roughly standing in the lawn a little bit further back behind us, but it gives you the image of the size of the plaza and the wall in the background. The second rendering at the bottom is a little closer along the circulation path, and it shows landscaping with the Hmong Plaza in the background with the cultural stones as a person enters the plaza area itself. So the next steps is to complete stage 1 in this summer, and we have stage 2 that will have site completion in fall of 2023 with fabrication of the art features later this winter with installation in the construction season of 2024.
Lu China Garden no Nyato Ho Lu Fallon Regional Park, Hotel no Ya St. Paul City Ho A, Tia Luva no Ya City Watu Jigo Mo, How They Do no Ya Luva Changsha Garden, or Tupi Tau Otie Ko Xia Lo Lo, Phase E or Bei or Dia Lo Ya Lu Zhong Va, เทียลูเมญวเจ Chinese Pavilion Face all ยาลูมงพลาซาเทียเจ้าอย่าอวยอตอเฮายอวอวงไปก่อนเนาะลูมงพลาซานะมาไปยอไฟอวออนดูลีตุเปียตาละเลยหรืออย่าอวยอวตอ Face all เนาะอย่าชับพันจาเชาจอนึงปาเนียเบลูเชสเทเบิลเดินดูนต่อลูพาวิเลียนมูตอนดาตุเมญวคือเดลูมูนเกตแพลตฟอร์มเทียตุช่อลาเดแต่ชินอเปจังจิตาวมัวเนี่ยเราว่าจะนอตาชีอย่าเปลูหอบเพียบาเจียลินเดอว่าเจ้าเนี่ยจิกตีนังจ่าชะดาวว่าเนี่ยชิเหอตัวมุมลงเปชิถามเนาะอย่าเนี่ยมัวรู้ได้จินูทอเนี่ยติดต่อเตาเป็นเดี๋ยวจะเว็บไซต์ระบบตุสตงยังหอกาเนาะว่าเจ้า